Good morning, grade ones. How are you all doing today? Today is, what's the date? Let's do it quickly before we move on to today's lessons. So today is, what's the day? It starts with an M, Monday. What's the month? It starts with a J, and don't say January. It is June. So it's Monday, June what number is this? 15th. And what's the year? 2020 or 2020. If you look up to at the top there are all our months of the year. Okay, so remember, I also want you to start practicing or continue practicing your months of the year. It's important that you know all those months. How many months are there in a year? Are there 6 months? No. 10? No. 12? That's right. So 12 months in the year. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and those are all the months of the year. Yeah. Okay, so tomorrow will be Tuesday, June the 16th, and then this Saturday is a special day for one of our friends in our class. It is Jackson's birthday this Saturday, so he is turning 7 years old, so that is going to be a very special day for him. Okay, so what I want you to do first is get out your reflection book, get out your sunflower, and take a look at it. And let's write down what we see. So the date today, so there it is, the date. So you'll write the date, which is June, what? We just did our date, June 15th. So I just put June 15th. And how many days has it been? So last Monday, we wrote in our reflection journal, and it was 7 days. So today, it's 7 more days. What's 7 plus 7? So our doubles, it's 14. So it has been 14 days since we planted our sunflower seed. So let's take a look. This is what mine looks like. And what do I see? Well, I see a long stem, 2 big leaves, and 2 small leaves. So that's what I will write here, okay? Your sunflower might look different. It might look the same. Go ahead and write what you see and then draw a picture of what it looks like. So I'd like you to do that today, and then we'll do one last observation next Monday, and then hopefully it will be time to transplant our sunflower into your beautiful garden, okay? All right, so this week we're going to learn about a new word family. So I'm just going to grab my book. We're going to learn about the ein word family. See that? Ein, I-N-E, ein. So I'm going to start off with the silly book. This is called Dine with 9 Messy Monsters. Can you think of an ein word right now? See if you can tell your mom or your dad an ein word. All right, so here I go. In the mood for a meal that was simply divine, 9 messy monsters were waiting to dine. But one got scared off by a sharp porcupine. That's one I didn't think of, porcupine. 8 messy monsters were waiting to dine, but one swung away on a slippery, what's this called? Vine. We see lots of vines in the Okanagan, don't we? 7 messy monsters were waiting to dine, but one felt his shoes really needed a shine. 6 messy monsters were waiting to dine, but one went to play with his pal Frankenstein. 5 messy monsters were waiting to dine, but one rolled away in a big ball of twine. 4 messy monsters were waiting to dine, but one left to read his mushy Valentine. Valentine's an ein word. 3 messy monsters were waiting to dine, but one got sleepy and went home to recline. 2 messy monsters were waiting to dine, but the mummy was showing, so one got in line. Oh, 1 messy monster was waiting to dine. Yippee, he said, the meal is all mine. There were bat lips and turnips and frog legs so fine, cold spider ice cream, and warm goblin spine. Ugh, is that what you would want to dine on? Not me. The smell was stupendous, it was so divine. Instead of one monster, there were suddenly, what's a number that ends in "ine"? 9. There were 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is an "ine" word. And that's the end of the book. So "ine" words. So read these with me. Okay, read them. So what does this say? Starts with an L, ends in "ine", so line. What about this one? Fine. Mine. 9. Here's this one. This one was in our book lots. Dine. Pine, wine, and vine. And in our book, we also had Valentine and porcupine. See if you can think of any other "ine" words. Make sure to complete those 2 pages in your word family booklet. And remember, there's always fun activities that you can do with these words as well. Okay, so this week we're also going to learn about what a plant needs in order to survive. Now, you might already know what a plant needs, but we're going to go into a little bit more depth, and we're going to talk about why that plant needs those certain things. So, in the big booklet, you're going to turn to page 17, but know that I also gave you a little booklet. So this is your booklet. You can color it. Also, you can fill in the blanks. And I'm going to give you a little clue that a plant needs soil. So this one, it's soil. So a little clue that is what you're going to be writing in the blank is soil, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you what a plant needs. So I'm taking this straight from the booklet that I gave to Mom and Dad. So you can have a parent read this to you, or you could just watch my video like you are right now. So what a plant needs. Plants need very few things to survive, so they don't need a lot. All they need is, are you listening? Soil, water, air, and sunlight. Sometimes a little extra love helps too, right? Everything needs a little love. Okay, so let's go into a little bit more detail here. Soil. Okay, so how does soil help? Well, soil helps the roots of a plant hold on to the ground as it grows bigger and bigger. Without soil, a large plant would just fall over. Did you know that? Soil also gives the plant water and nutrients, which helps the plant stay nice and healthy, right? So the soil also gives the plant water and nutrients. So nutrients is food. Water. So why is water important? Water helps plants stay hydrated. It also helps the plant move nutrients from the soil to its stem and leaves. Without water, a plant would not be able to carry its food all the way up to the leaves. Did you know that? That's pretty interesting. Why is sunlight important? Well, let's find out. Sunlight helps plants by giving them energy. You know, we all need energy, don't we, boys and girls? Plants use the sun's energy to make their own energy in their leaves. Too little sun can cause a plant to stop growing. Too much sun can cause a plant to dry up. Did you know that? Plants need just the perfect amount of sunlight and water to grow, right? If you give a plant too much water, it can also die. If you give a plant too much sunlight, it can dry up. But not enough, it can die as well. Plants need air to breathe. Just like you and me, plants take in carbon dioxide. When they breathe in, they push out. What do they push out? You know this. We've talked about this lots. They push out oxygen when they breathe out. Oxygen is the part of air that is good for us, right? Plants take good care of us when we take good care of them. Okay, so it's really important to take care of plants as well. Okay, and then some plants need extra food. So what is this called when plants need extra food? Starts with an F. Fertilizer. This helps plants stay healthy and strong. Fertilizer is vitamins for plants. So basically that's vitamins for plants, our fertilizers. Sometimes we have to give plants fertilizer. So what I'd like you to do, there's a couple activities I'd like you to do in your plant booklet. So I've told Mom and Dad what they are, but just in case you want to know, you can complete this one really quickly, which is basically just writing down what a plant needs. See, here's the label: sun, water, air, and soil. So that one's super easy. And you're also going to choose either page, where is it? Anyways, I believe it's one of the pages. You're going to choose either this one and then answer the questions on the back, or else you can just pick the one with a little bit of reading and with a few questions on the same page. Okay, so I'd like you to do that this week as well. So this weekend is a very special weekend for who? Well, it's a special weekend for Jackson because it's his birthday, but it's also a very special weekend for your dads. It's Father's Day this Sunday. So I have provided in this little white envelope that got sent home in your packages, in your June packages, there is a cutout out of a tie. Okay, so do you know what I want this to be? A bookmark. So what I want you to do is I want you to decorate this bookmark for your dad. So this is kind of boring, just white, right? So see if you can make patterns on it, or if you know Dad loves fishing, you can draw fish or fishing rods on it. If Dad likes to go side by side or quadding, you can draw that on there. If Dad likes to golf, just decorate it. Make it beautiful, because hopefully this is something Dad will keep for the rest of his life. There's also a ribbon. So what I want you to do is I want you to put the ribbon through the hole and make a nice little tie so that Dad can find his bookmark easily in his book that he's reading. Okay, so decorate the bookmark for your dad. Also, you have this sheet. It says, My Dad and I. So I want you to draw the best picture of you and your dad. Okay, so make sure to use a pencil first in case you make a mistake, and don't use felt, because you're also going to write some information on the back. And what happens if you use felts? That's right, it will leak through, and then your dad won't be able to read all this wonderful information about him. Okay, so draw a beautiful picture of you and your dad. Color it with crayons or pencil crayons. No felts. Make sure that you cover up the whole square. Don't draw a tiny little picture of you and your dad in a corner, because that's not something that your dad will be able to see very well. Okay, and then on the back, answer these questions. Okay, so my dad's name is, so you'll write your dad's name. My dad's favorite thing to say is. So what's your dad's favorite thing to say? Hopefully this will make your dad have a little laugh. Okay, this is what my dad does best. Okay, how old is my dad? Now don't ask him, don't ask your mom. How old do you think your dad is? Okay, your dad's favorite sport. My favorite thing to do with my dad is. So what's your favorite thing to do with your dad? This is what my dad looks like. You could draw another picture of your dad. And I love my dad because. So why do you love your dad? So this is something that your dad hopefully will keep for the rest of his life as well. So do your very, very best, boys and girls. And send me your work. So see, I want to see what your bookmarks look like. I'd love to see them. Okay, just like Mother's Day, make sure that you make Father's Day a very special day for your dad. They deserve it. So for math this week, we are going to be reviewing place value. So we have talked lots about place value this year because you know how important Mrs. Clark thinks place value is. I think to understand addition and subtraction and multiplication and division, you have to understand how numbers work. So it's really important to understand place value. So we are going to do a little bit of review this week. There are some pages in your math booklet that you can complete on place value. So I want you to go ahead and work on that this week. But let's do a quick little lesson first on place value. So review. How much is this? 1 group, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 groups of 10. How much is that? This represents 100. That is right. How much is this? Is that worth 1? No, this is a 10. Okay, so it's a 10 rod. And finally, these equal 1. So I've drawn that on my board because it's really hard for me to hold that up and try to teach the lesson. So look at my board here. How many 10s, how many 1s? So let's start with this one right here. How many groups of 10? Remember, so really here it's 2 10s. Okay, so how many 10s? There's 2 10s. How many 1s? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 10s and 4 1s is really 20 plus 4. So we're writing the expanded form right now. So it really equals 24. Okay, so did you get that? So 2 10s and 4 1s is 24. 2 10s just equals 20. 4 1s is just 4. Right? So that's what I did. 20 plus 4 is 24. Let's do this next one. How many 10s do I have? Can you see my board? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 10s, but does that equal just 5? I have 5? No, because 5 10s is really 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's really 50, right? So 5 10s is 50 1s. But how many 1s do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 10s and 6 1s, so that's my expanded form. What does it equal? That's right, it equals 56. So that's showing me 56. Okay, let's do the last one. That one's an easy one. How many 10s do I have here? How many 10s? Do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10 10s? No, I have 1 10 and how many 1s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many is that altogether? So I'm going to write in my expanded form 10 plus 9. So what is that? Take the 1, take the 9. What does that make? 19. So that's 19. Okay, so that was just a little bit of review on place value. So I'd like you to complete your place value sheets or your worksheets in your booklet. And optional, I've told mom and dad it's only optional if you want a little bit more math work this week. There's also some 2-digit adding that you can do in that booklet. That will get you ready for grade 2. But you don't need to know that until grade 2.